I thought you were going to say me too. I was like, what? That would have blown my mind.
Welcome to Etc., the podcast where we don't even know what will happen. Every episode we spin a wheel of a few topics, and me and my lovely wife Amanda will figure out what to talk about when we get there. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
We're back, motherfuckers. So it's been a while. Hopefully, I remember specifically when we recorded the last one.
I don't.
No, what I was going to say is I remember when we recorded the last one, we were like, we're finally back. And it was the only one we recorded in the past half year.
Maybe longer.
Maybe longer. It's been a long half year.
Recording when we...
When was the last one?
We?
It was here.
Was it here?
I guarantee you it was here. That's all I remember is that we recorded one in this location.
I don't even remember doing that.
It was... Yeah, we're back. No way, it's in June. Maybe it wasn't then.
Oh, we must have started it before we moved, and then we...
Yeah, it is in the basement. This is the first... I swore we recorded one in here. Oh, maybe I'm crazy.
We did at least one D&D session here. So maybe that's what you're thinking of?
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I remember why it was We're Back, baby. Because, okay, so here's this saga. Let's roll this back to time.
Oh my god.
The last series one was December 2024. And then half a year went by. And I uploaded one that we had recorded in December that I never got to edit in June. And then is the We're Back Baby fresh recording in June. We recorded exactly one in June. And then we moved.
Yeah, we must have recorded it before we even thought we were going to be moving.
Yeah.
And then
we moved and that threw everything out the window and,
Yeah, we must have...
It's been a crazy...
Yeah, I was going to say, we must have recorded it before we even toured the place and it just got uploaded in June.
The fact that we're at the end of May, I can say... This past 12 months have probably been the busiest 12 months of our lives.
Oh, yeah.
Because our middle child, at the beginning of that 12 months, was sick for a month straight, ending in cavitizing pneumonia until he finally got better. But that was a week long... A week or 3 days in the hospital?
4?
It feels like a week in the hospital.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, because we had multiple hospital trips.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was of April 2025.
So that's how the past 12 months started. Then, we were lucky enough that this place came on the market at a good price. So we moved around July. And because our move-in date was July 1st.
Yes.
So, all of July was moving stuff.
A week vacation.
A week vacation in the middle of that, which is fun. And then, August and September, we're still getting used to everything. October rolls around, and we find out that my lovely wife here was... Now, we had an inkling. Beginning of October, we're like, okay, there's a chance that you're pregnant. Because, you're getting nauseous. I want to say it was October. Maybe it was September.
I was going to say August, I think, was the...
was the maybe you're pregnant.
Yeah, I think we found out right after vacation.
Maybe.
Right before vacation?
Around after
vacation. And the last week of August, they were like, hey, guess what? You're due in December, not February.
Yeah, we were like, oh, well, looking at the math, you're probably if this would have been August. Oh, yeah.
I would have been 3 months, 12 weeks.
Yeah, 3 months or whatever. And I was like, oh... Actually, you're halfway done already. What? So that was a lot to get used to and a lot to prepare. It was thank God we moved.
I went from having a 6-month timeline to get everything ready to a 3-month timeline to get everything ready. So then I had to frantically sell our car.
Get a new car because we needed a bigger one because we still had a sedan. We had to like make take all of our baby stuff out of the storage unit, which eventually we ended up emptying our storage unit now that we have it in place. So we don't need to pay for a storage unit, which is nice. But get everything ready for that, get it in the middle of moving, because, moving, yes, you move for like 3-4 weeks. You're not done moving for like a year. Like you're unpacking and settling for like at least a year.
Yep.
So that getting all that together was a lot, getting used to the new place in general. And then late November, we go for a little family vacation because, at this point I can say that I was on that GT Live Let's Solve episode, which was super, super fun. Or Can We Solve, or what was it called? Incredibly fun. I had a blast doing it. It was on a Thursday at the recording. So I was like, okay, well, let's go down as a family and make it like a weekend trip. And that Thursday night, our middle child, bless his heart, he just got out of the hospital a couple months ago from pneumonia. Middle child breaks his femur. And then is back in the hospital for, 2 days for them to... Luckily, it was clean enough
like
that they...
day, I think.
Yeah, it was like a full day, but it was like that night into the next afternoon. Luckily enough, it was a clean break, so they just had to cast it. They didn't do surgery or anything. But he was then in a half spica cast, or 3/4 spica cast. So ankle up to the hip, across the hip, down to the knee. He could, by the end of the time in the cast, he could like kind of crawl.
He could stand.
He could stand. Yeah. Yeah, by the end of it, he was trying to stand and walk around in it. I'm like, dude, please. Dude, you're going to break something else.
He looked like a little sumo wrestler.
Oh, man.
Oh.
And mind you, this happened like the last week of November.
November 20th. The date.
She's due in December. The cast is on for 6 to 8 weeks. It ended up being on for, I want to say...
Just shy of 6
Just
weeks.
shy of 6 full weeks.
Just the way that the timeline
He got it
out.
off the 1st of the year?
31st.
31st. Yeah, he started the new year out of a cast, which was nice. He got it off the 31st. I can never remember if he started it without it or that was his New Year's Day present.
No, they were closed New Year's Day.
So while we're taking care of a toddler in a 3/4 spica cast, we welcome a new baby into the world. It was a lot. And luckily, bless his heart, he did really well with the cast. The only thing that he'd get frustrated with is he would want to play and then be like, oh, damn. But like if he had a table with toys and stuff and we were playing a bunch with him, and he did super well with it.
Yeah.
It could have been a lot more stressful.
I couldn't do anything though, because
Oh yeah, and then she's 9 months pregnant, and she can't bend over to pick him up because he's heavier and he's got to angle him weird.
So literally, like every hour, I'm like, you have to move him. You gotta do. I can't do it.
So it was just
It was a lot of chaos.
And then December to now has been we have a new baby, so it's just been the most packed, busy, stressful year we've ever had.
Yeah, because middle was sick all of April.
Oh yeah, we're not even out of the woods. Not only were we welcoming a new baby, more illnesses. Not as severe as last year.
Yeah, we were literally sick. Both children were sick for 2 weeks in February. Then I was sick for a week in February. And we went 3 weeks without being sick. And then from the last week of March to pretty much all of April, we were all like off just passing around the same cold for a month.
And at one point, one of them made me lose my voice for 4 days, which really sucks when your job relies on recording. No, it was a lot. It is, May 31st. It's May 31st as of recording this, and this is the first on schedule day that we have had, I want to say, in a year. No, at least since November. We were on a pretty decent schedule
Yeah.
pre-November. Yeah, it's been busy. So if you notice, there's been only compilations on this channel for the past
year.
6 months. November 6th, 2025. Yeah, about 6 months. So but hopefully everything's up and running again. I've had Bunny Call recorded and edited by her, or recorded by me, edited by her in Google Drive for probably 7 months. I just haven't had the time to sit down and make the template, the audio waveform, and put it into a video. That's how busy we've been.
Yeah.
I've got 5-6 hours worth of D&D that I gotta edit.
I'm excited for that.
I'm excited for that. We have a new campaign, a new session scheduled for the first time in a couple months. Because again, this is the D&D campaign that's cursed, and we can only record it every 4 months.
Seriously, well, because we were supposed to record it in November,
and then
but we were supposed to record it, I think, right before the trip, but then something came up.
Yeah,
and we had to reschedule.
Someone got sick or someone got busy.
Yeah, we never got to.
And we're like, we'll reschedule for like a week or two from now. Don't worry about it. We'll just reschedule after trip. And then.
Yeah, and then we were gonna try to squeeze it in between the charity thing that David was running at the time, right?
Yeah.
We were trying to squeeze it right in between from when we had to reschedule. It was the first week of second week of November, and that third week was the trip. We were gonna try to squeeze it in right in between trip and that event, and then we're like, oh well, we can't.
We're not doing that now.
And then now.
And then new baby, and we're finally to a point where we're past the running with our heads cut off new baby stage.
Yeah,
I would say.
I mean, I feel like we weren't really in that stage for long either.
We weren't, but I think it's still just the dynamic shifted our schedule to a bad place for a while. Even if we weren't I'm not to say we were running around with our heads cut off.
Yeah.
But I think our schedule was tightened in a way we weren't used to. Obviously, we haven't had 3 children before. For a while. I think around literally this past week. Now, it doesn't feel like it because this past week had 2 dentist appointments, 2 Zoom meetings with teachers and evaluators, a lot of stuff happened this past week. But this past week was the first week where we kind of had a groove.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point where today, hey, big ups, big applause in chat, aka the comments. I've been doing a lot of live streaming. This is the first day in probably 5+ months that every room in the house I would say is clean to some extent.
Yep. Because
it's been on a rotational basis where okay, this week I have enough time to clean the important rooms, and then our offices will deal, or her office, it was the storage room for a long time, and it still a little bit is, but you can walk in there now, and that's awesome.
Yeah. And because he would manage the main living areas, and then I would manage all of the side stuff.
Yeah.
So I was cleaning except he was supposed to clean the kids' bathroom because I'm just never on that side of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So I was cleaning our bathroom, our bedroom. I was also helping with the kitchen, doing all the laundry, and all of the diapers and lots of laundry. I am a sociopath, and I like to cloth diaper because I'm also bougie and cheap.
I mean, it saves money. Yeah.
Saves money. I don't like disposables. It's cheap.
And honestly, in the newborn stage, cloth diapers are so easy because you can just the poop rinses right out.
Only if you're strictly breastfed. There's if you're combination formula breast milk, that doesn't count. If you're formula only, you gotta rinse it. It's only strictly breast milk poop. I don't remember why.
We've never used formula, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. I don't remember why, but strictly TMI breast milk poop is water dissolvable. So all you have to do, I throw it in a quick rinse cycle before I wash it with soap and water. I love it.
And I do want to be clear because I don't want to give anybody the wrong idea. We are still renting. We've been saying we found this place, it's a good price, it's a house. Hey, it's 2026 in the US. We are still renting.
Yeah.
You'll know when we buy a house.
And officially, we're still waiting, but we do get to renew this lease, which is why we're really hunkering down on starting over.
This is the
everything.
First time. This is the first time in my life I've not only renewed a lease, this is the first time in my life that I'm living in the same place that isn't with one of our parents for more than 1 year.
Yeah.
It's been a journey.
These landlords are really great. I love them.
Yeah, the landlords are super nice. The price is super reasonable. The location is the location in the neighborhood is great. It's I'm not gonna describe where we are, but it's walkable to a lot of great stuff for the kids. It's in a neighborhood with other kids we haven't really met yet because I'm bad at meeting other people.
Also, our children are autistic.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Progress.
It's a work in progress. But yeah, it's been a huge stress relief to be in our own place again.
Yeah, once we got the confirmation that they would also like to renew the lease, we were like, oh, we don't have to move. Because I literally 2 months, February, I think, I kind of finished putting up a whole bunch of pictures with command strips. And I went, I don't know why I did this, because in like 2 months, it'll be April, and that's when the renewal starts. And what if they don't want to renew with us? Or what if we have like all of the what ifs, and then they're like, oh, we would love to renew the lease, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, thank God, we don't have to move. I don't have to try to find another place.
Yeah, like, it's one of those things where, like, I don't want to die here, but I could live here for a couple years and be super happy about it.
Yeah, it's nice. The dishwasher broke, and they came and they fixed it on Saturday.
Yeah, that was another speaking of, we finally figured our schedule out last week, but it didn't feel like it. Our dishwasher broke on Sunday, and that Monday was Veterans Day? Memorial Day? Memorial Day. So I couldn't call the dishwasher place until Tuesday. So 2 days no dishwasher. Tuesday I call. They said, we'll send somebody out tomorrow. Understandable. So 3 days without a dishwasher. The guy gets there on Wednesday and he's like, yeah, the the motor gave out. The motor's $490. I'll call your landlord. And our landlord understandably went, no. So he was like, can I come over Saturday with a new one to replace it? I'm like, no worries. So, a house with 5 people in it, and we had no dishwasher for a week.
I'm also cheap and environmentally friendly, and we don't have paper products.
We have 0 paper products.
No
the only
paper
products
towels,
we have
no
are
napkins, no on paper plates, no napkins. I have paper towels for specific messes that just a regular towel.
Paper towels are useful sometimes. Yeah. The most hey, we got a bidet. Like, we don't use a lot of paper products here. So
I'm very eco-conscious.
I've been the guy considering getting reusable toilet paper because we have a bidet. I could not. Hey, I got IBS. If I don't got a bidet, I'm never even considering reusable toilet paper because I don't want to look at what gets wiped back there. I don't want anyone to have to look at what gets wiped off of me.
Yes, girly. Well, also, you would have to rinse it, too, if it's solid.
Yeah. So, the fact that we have, when you have a bidet, if you've never had a bidet before, toilet paper is just to dry you off. Like, it's essentially just to get the water off your ass. Because there's, you've been cleaned. It's great. It's wonderful. So, like, at that point, I kind of get it. To like just have like a bin next to the toilet of like, don't touch those washcloths, whatever you do, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, that's why I use cloth. Eco-friendly. And I'm cheap.
All this to say, we've been hankering to continue, etc. And we've had 0 fucking time for anything.
And we know it's been asked, like, people have been asking about it a lot. I'm like, we're trying.
We're trying. Guys. It's one of those things where I know what makes money on my channels currently. So when we lose time, the things that make the least money go first. That's audiobooks, that's etc., that's D&D. It's pretty much everything but compilations on this channel. And then past that, it's gameplay videos and shorts on the second channel. Past that, it's shorts on the main channel, which is why it's been just the podcast theory and compilations for 5 months, So it's no secret why the second channel now has 3 gameplay videos, a scripted video most weekends, and shorts every day. It's no secret why we're now getting to record this. It's no secret why there's shorts on the main channel again, because I have some time again, which is great.
Thank God that we hired editors.
Yeah, the main reason I have time is because we hired editors. Fact and Kate have been doing wonderful on the main channel. Frankly, if I had the money, they'd do every video on the main channel because they're better editors than me. But we're not there. We're not there economically yet. Hey, if the channels start doing a lot better, we'll revisit it.
Because it would be nice.
It'd be nice. Anyway, it's been about 20 minutes. I say we spin the wheel. Now, granted, we don't have a lot prepared, so we've got some idea of what to talk about. But, it's etc. because we don't know what's going to happen. We're going to spin a wheel and see what the wheel says to talk about. Usually we hit the whole wheel by the end of the podcast, but it decides the order at least. That could not have been closer.
That's really funny. I was like watching in anticipation. I was like, oh.
So it landed on Am I the Asshole? But the funny thing is, it like was maybe a millimeter away from Amanda Topic, which was one of the very few things we had prepared going into this. Am I the asshole for getting security called on me at a hospital? I'm going to assume yes out the gate. Like, I feel like there's not many ways you can get security called on you in a hospital without being an asshole.
Pretty much any way possible, you're being an asshole.
So,
I can't think of a way where you wouldn't be the asshole.
Especially because you're the one writing this, so I feel like you're going to skew what you actually did to make yourself sound better. But let's find out. So Monday, I went to get an MRI. I will note that the day before this, I'd run a marathon, and the day of this, I had my bike stolen, so I was running on fumes by the time I got to my appointment. I don't think I deserved to have security called on me, but it definitely wasn't my finest hour. Let's find out. I arrived on time for the appointment, filled out the forms, and got changed. The MRI tech comes by 30 minutes later and says, "Since you were late, we give your spot to someone else." I told him I wasn't late, came exactly on time, and he basically said, "Too bad, it's done." We started the questionnaire, and he keeps being short with me, so I start being short with him too. At the end, he tells me they won't see me for another half hour because I was late. Given I had already waited half an hour, I asked why I wasn't told that when I arrived. He told me I could go home and reschedule if I wanted. I said no, I'm already here. He asked if I was sure. I said yes. Then he tells me he needs to inject me with the contrast dye. Because he was being a dick, I hesitated because I didn't want him putting a needle in me, and he again asked if I want to reschedule. Since I'd already told him twice I want to do it, I finally snapped and raised my voice. "Look, I'm here. I've already waited. I want to do it, okay?" He instantly canceled my appointment and called security. I got dressed, security showed up, and they told me I had to leave because I was being aggressive. I told them I was not being aggressive. The tech said, "Were you yelling at me?" I said no, because I think that's an absurd interpretation of what happened. The guard said, "Just once he's called, that's it. I'm not going to argue." We got to the hallway, and I'm told they have to escort me all the way out. I felt really humiliating, so I asked if there was a discreet exit we could use. One of the guards got right up in my face and said, "You should have thought about that before behaving the way you did." In addition to his threats, his tone was way more aggressive than what I said to the tech. Since he wasn't even there, I asked what behavior he was talking about. He couldn't answer and threatened to force me out. I just said, "Why are you escalating the situation?" That actually made him back down, and they let me leave quietly with the first guard, who was a lot more chill. That guard told me at the exit I would have to check in with security next time I went there. Thankfully, that part was not true. They called me 2 days later to rebook my appointment. I asked about the security thing. They checked and called back, apologized for the incident, and told me whoever reviewed the incident did not think I should have to check in with security, so that's nice at least. The whole thing feels pretty absurd, though, given I've seen people actually hurl abuse staff in an emergency without getting security involved. Anyway, am I the asshole? Yeah.
You're both assholes.
Yeah, everyone. A classic verdict. Everyone sucks here. Yeah, the tech's being a dick. You're being a dick. Hey, like, what are we doing here?
Look, I don't blame him. I probably would have been a dick right back. But, like, again, I would own up that I was being an asshole.
Mm. Also, hey, if you're ever it's just for your benefit, folks at home, if you're ever interacting with any kind of security guard, mall cop, hospital cop, any kind of security guard, there's somebody who wanted to be a police officer but somehow didn't make the cut. AKA short fuse, bad temper, probably not a great person. For your own safety, don't just nod and go where they tell you to. we're not dealing with the cream of the crop here, is what I'm trying to get at. You know, like, if we already don't trust cops, how much do you think I trust a security officer? You know,
I feel like the hospital security people would be the only ones that I would trust between security and cop.
You would hope so. I mean, I would trust them. I don't know. They don't have a gun on them, so I guess I trust them a little more than a cop. But
yeah, exactly why.
But yeah. So the security guard being some meathead getting in your face and having a power trip.
Yeah, they technically can't touch you either.
But it's just like, when you're like, I was so surprised that the security guard was getting in my face and escalating. You shouldn't be surprised about that. That's what they do. Like, they're not.
Yeah, I feel like security people are one of two people: failed cops or people that don't want to do the job of a cop but want to be helpful.
Fair. It's 50-50. But to the main point, don't raise your voice at people. What are you, 5? Like, this always gets me with, like, boomers and, like, half of these am I the assholes. If in a professional setting like this, the fuck are we yelling at people? What are you doing? Yeah, you can get kicked out for yelling at somebody, because that's a person. Why are you yelling at them? Look, the tech's being a dick to you, But like the moment you yell or hit someone, you lost. Like like the moment you yell or hit someone, you've shown, hey, I'm too emotionally immature to handle a tricky situation. So I'm just going to try to dominate you in this scenario. So yeah, you're being an asshole. I'm curious what information people. I'm assuming it's like, you know, like, was the tech really being that much of a dick to you? Was there anything else happening to make you yell like this? Well, I'm curious what the comments are. Ooh, this is a great point. So I have to get MRIs frequently. The hospital here requests we arrive 45 minutes before the appointment. So my question is, were you supposed to arrive earlier than your actual appointment time? Because usually for MRIs at least, you do, especially when there's contrast involved, because they have to put the IV in. The paperwork that you have to fill out takes about 5 to 10 minutes. All the questions they have to ask you 2 times to make sure it's safe for the MRI. Yeah, that's a great question. I didn't even think about it. He said, like, I showed up exactly on time for my appointment. If your appointment's at 10 for an MRI, you gotta show up early for that.
No, that's where I agree with the person underneath. Make the appointment the time they need to get there, not the time it starts. Like, it...
Person underneath. Okay, so to read that full comment, not to be an asshole, but if you want people to arrive 45 minutes before their 2 p.m. appointment, make their appointment at 1:15. Like, is there a benefit I'm not understanding giving people time and telling them to be an hour before that time instead of just giving them the time? Person underneath. 1, people are stupid. They'll get upset that they weren't seen at 1:15. And 2, it's far easier to schedule the time the machine runs or provider gets to in a room rather than the approximate time a patient should arrive at. I kind of agree with the follow-up.
No. You tell me my appointment's at 2 o'clock, I'm coming at 2 o'clock.
But the full to be fair, the full sentence is, your appointment is at 2 o'clock, comma, please show up X amount of time early for the dye and for the thing. You won't go to the machine until 2 o'clock, but we need to prep your body to get into the machine.
Yes.
So I'm assuming, you know, hey, that could be a more information thing. If the person on the phone said, appointment's at 2, have a good day, then it's on the hospital.
Yeah.
But if it's, you know, these are scheduled months in advance at some time. So if it's a matter of like a month ago, he got the call and they're like, please arrive an hour early. And then he punched it into his calendar, appointment at 2, and he forgot, then that's on him. So that's a more information thing for sure. Unable to render judgment because no point of view from someone else. I'm guessing you weren't as calm as you think. That's another one. The OP admits that I raised my voice, but it wasn't I didn't yell at anybody. Anyone who's ever yelled at anybody never says they yelled. Like, it's always some guy shouting, and then like shouting, red face, neck bulging, and then like 5 minutes later, it's like, why were you yelling at him? It's like, hey, I just raised my voice a little bit. Like, it's always that guy. So I could totally see that he was like shouting, and then like 5 minutes later, it was like, I wasn't yelling. I can say as a healthcare worker, if anyone gets even slightly aggressive, security is almost always called. Why healthcare workers are assaulted hand over fist with very few repercussions to the offenders. If we are assaulted and lay hands, we'll be fired. If we press charges, there's no support from administration, since they're more worried about press gain scores than the actual people that keep the hospitals up and running. Do I think you're the asshole? No, I don't. Sounds like the MRI tech guy was. But that's also why security was called. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, where it's like, calling security isn't the dick move. It was the being a dick to you the whole time. If it happened as was described. Like, I could totally see it being like... Let's go back up to the actual situation. You know, like, if this happened exactly as it's described, the tech guy kind of started all of this. Also the asshole. You're the asshole for only raising your voice. We'll see how, you know, who knows how true that is. But I wouldn't say if, like, even if we did just finally snapped and raised my voice, look, I'm here, I've already rated, I want to do it, okay? I get being like, I'm going to just call security real quick. I don't want this guy to punch me. But yeah, no, I think it's a more information thing.
Yeah. No, it's you're both the asshole.
Yeah, everyone sucks here.
Shouldn't have been a dick in the first place.
Yeah, from the information we have, if all of it's accurate, it's everyone sucks here.
Yeah.
I could very much see this being like, since the guy who wrote it is the guy who was yelling, I could see him, in his memory, it's a lot more favorable to him than it would be otherwise, but we have no way to know. Should I hide it or leave it on the wheel? What do you think?
We can leave it on the wheel. If it comes up twice in a row, then we'll reconsider.
Well, we don't have to reconsider it because we're going back to Reddit anyway, to r/relationship advice. Which, well, I'll try to pick one that isn't just girl dumping. My girlfriend, 26 female, disagrees with how I, 29 male, was with my niece in hospital. Was she too judgmental? My 5-year-old niece was taken to hospital with an intense fever and various other symptoms 2 days ago, and since then, she's been staying there overnight. Her condition isn't dire, she's not in chronic pain, but she does have a fever, is throwing up her food and drink, and because they failed to give her an IV, her recovery has been slowed. An important fact for later, she had 4 or 5 painful, failed attempts at getting an IV into her foot and hand, so she was naturally incredibly scared of it. Her mom and dad are present for her at her bedside 24/7, but me, uncle, and her grandmother, my mom, visited yesterday for 4 to 5 hours. When we did visit, we had smiles on, tried to cheer her up, recalled old running family jokes, brought draughts into play, drawing stuff, but we also calmly spent time with her, talking to her and quietly talking amongst ourselves here and there. Our visit was broken up by about 1.5 hours where me and her grandmother left the hospital to fetch clothes and other supplies for her stay. Throughout our visit, there was lots of cuddling, talking. What is draughts? This has got to be a British person or some shit. But not much vegetative sleeping nor long stretches of nothing. Then it came time to try the IV again. I spoke to her beforehand, trying to give her a new perspective on the experience. I explained how it's going to make her better, that IVs are amazing, that lots of the best things in the world hurt at first, like when mommy gave birth to you, or when you got to school and you didn't want to, so you can become smart, or when you walk up a steep hill. Mummy, they are British, aren't they? Yeah. Walk up a steep hill for a lovely view.
He did say my mum.
I didn't even clock it. When you walk up a steep hill for a lovely view, or your legs ache going up. I also told her how impressed anyone would be when she tells them she had such an amazing thing as an IV to make her better. I brought out these special stones that me and her have been trading for months. I've asked her if she'd like each of us to hold on to her precious stones while the IV procedure was happening so we could channel our collective strength and energy into them. She was really keen on it.
Oh, that's adorable.
While the IV procedure was happening, my niece began to let out the worst kinds of cries, especially when she saw the needle was going in. As this was going on, me and her grandmother, following procedure, were apart from the action, standing by the chairs in the back of the room to give the doctor and nurse space. She was cuddling her mother, dad doing his thing. I didn't pay much attention to him. Me and her grandmother were gesturing silently. I was kissing the stone and holding it visibly in front of myself, then clenching it. Shook fists like I was cheering for her. I was trying not to cry myself. Did the motion of an arm flex. She knows it means strength. I mouthed the words, "You're so strong, you can do it. Go, niece's name," etc. When it was over, she was still crying. Me and my mom tried to make her laugh. She did a silly jig for a minute, jumped up and down. She was still crying, but kept deciding to look at us in her eyes. Then we could go over, try to distract her from the painless but uncomfortable process of using the IV to take blood samples. She was coming in and out of crying. We continued playing our game of draughts, but we stopped after a while when her grandmother and me agreed. My niece was just letting all the emotion and tension out. Contrast that against 5 minutes prior when she was crying out of fear and probably some pain. That's the story. I told this to my girlfriend, who massively disagreed with everyone's way of handling my niece. My girlfriend became quite upset and concerned for my niece and felt we were suppressing her ability to just be and express her pain. She thought we were turning everything into jokes and laughs, filling the room with noisy family and distractions, and not letting her have any time to introspect, be quiet, cuddled, and told she's loved. During the IV, my girlfriend heard the stones idea where we clench one and channel our strength into my niece, and we saw that we were teaching her that she doesn't have the strength on her own. She needs it from us. She needed us to overcome the challenge. She couldn't do it on her own. I'm posting this in relationship advice because all this really inflamed my girlfriend. This whole thing dominated our evening for a couple hours. I felt she was overstepping with her judgment, having not been there with us. My girlfriend thought she had heard enough to have this opinion. Girl, what? She's 5.
She's not. Yeah, no, she's
5. That's what you do with a child. You make them laugh.
You cheer them up. They're too little to process these emotions.
Like,
it's not a grown,
I totally get wanting to raise, especially a girl, to have that inner strength. I totally understand that. Not right now.
There's a time and a place.
There's a time and a place. When she's doing a puzzle at home and she's getting really frustrated, teaching her to like, you've got this, you have the strength inside of you, you're smart enough to handle it on your own, I know you have this. That's when you do that. When she's crying in pain from an IV,
you know, sick,
hug her.
dehydrated, probably like
miserable.
Yeah.
Give her a hug, dog. What do you mean?
No, dump her.
That's great. Yeah, I thought it wasn't gonna be. Every goddamn relationship advice post is boy dump her or girl dump him or girl dump her and boy dump him.
Or like, go to therapy, but
yeah,
nah,
go to therapy.
This one's not a therapy thing. This is just dump her.
Yes.
That's not worth it.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Equally important lesson. Top comments pointing out. Maybe you're teaching her she can rely on others, not that she has to. That's another important lesson. Is yeah, it's important to have inner strength, and it's also important to ask for help when you need it. Those are equally important things.
Yeah, because if you don't teach somebody that they're allowed to ask for help, you turn into me.
Or me. And then you feel like a burden anytime you ask for help for anything.
Yeah, and then you don't ask for help for anything, and then
things just don't happen.
Things don't happen, and then you don't socialize, and because you can't ask for help for things, and yeah. Don't be like us.
Yeah, I agree with the second top comment. She's 5. What the hell? Like that's really the walk away. She's 5. What the hell? Oh, here we go. I have an actual. I mean, you know. Do you think someone would go on the internet and tell lies? Trusting that these comments aren't just telling lies. As a pediatric nurse, tell her I says she has no idea what she's speaking about. She should stop talking now. We actually have a whole department, Child Life, is dedicated to making kids' experiences less scary and painful. Distraction is number 1, be it through play, singing, blowing bubbles, dance moves by family and staff members. Distraction actually helps reduce pain. Saying you should have just let your niece concentrate on her fears and pain is ludicrous. Hey, bubbles, key thing there. When Middle was being wheeled away to get his cast on, the nurses, because I can't go with him for that. It's in an operating room, even though he's not getting surgery. The nurses who came up immediately, before she even said hi to either of us, came up blowing bubbles. Blew bubbles, had him blow the bubbles. She blew, gave him the bubble wand, and then they went away with bubbles. And he didn't even look at me. Like, they know what they're doing. And distraction's number 1 for that. That's wild.
The audacity of just let your 5-year-old niece suffer in pain for inner
also,
strength.
You weren't even there.
Insane.
You weren't even there.
That's insane.
It's so easy to be like, she could have handled it when you're not next to a screaming in pain 5-year-old. Like,
who's been sick and dehydrated and like probably slightly malnourished from, you know, being sick and dehydrated and throwing up for days. What? Dump her. That's not something I would even just dump her. Not worth.
God, every relationship advice post is, why are you together? And I do like, there's a Reddit dedicated to the worst of those called Am I the Ex? Mm-hmm. And it's people who take the worst of the worst relationship advice stories and forward it to that subreddit, where it's people that don't even realize they've already, like, the relationship's done. Like,
yeah. Well, I feel like a decent chunk of those is like, that's like can be the first real like eye opener sign of, am I crazy, or they need that reassurance.
Yeah.
But...
Oh well, yeah, and like I'm not trying to judge anybody for, in my opinion, obviously you should leave them situation posting on the subreddit like that, because when you're in a relationship and everything is so insular, you don't see the signs. I agree with you. Like, it's definitely having a bunch of people being like, girl dump him, is reassuring to be like, okay, I'm not crazy. Like, this isn't just me. I totally get why it exists, but it just means it's really hard to find one that's not the answer is girl dump him. Me topic. Okay, so I didn't have one until we hit record. And we hit record, and I thought of one that combines my current hyperfixation with something I've been curious to ask you about.
Okay.
I, much to my wife's chagrin, have been hyperfixating on an MMO from my childhood. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Mabinogi. Love it dearly.
Wait, I thought you're supposed to pronounce it?
Apparently. I said it Mabinogi my entire life because I only ever read it. And then I said it on stream once, and somebody pointed out that it's like from a Welsh word that in Welsh would be pronounced Mabinogi. I'm like, interesting. And that makes sense because it's very like Celtic and Welsh and like its aesthetic. So I have to get used to that. Because I prefer Mabinogi, frankly. But if I'm going to be saying it a lot, I should probably say it right. Regardless, I'm curious, because you've mentioned a couple in the past. Are there any MMO? My topic is asking you a topic, frankly, because I've yapped to you enough. I'm not going to subject you to me yapping about this game any longer. I'll keep that inside. I'll keep that inside. No. First, I gotta at least ask you first. I'm pretty sure there is one, but I don't know if it's considered one. Is there an MMO you have played in your childhood? And, like, what was it kind of like? Because the only one that I know of that I don't know if it is an MMO or not. I've heard you mention something like Adventure Quest.
Yes, Adventure Quest.
So is that an MMO?
I don't know. What's an MMO?
So MMO stands for Massively Multiplayer Online.
Uh-huh.
So anything from World of Warcraft to Club Penguin. If you're in a server and there's hundreds of other people in the same server and you can see them, it's an MMO.
Okay, yes, it is an MMO.
Okay. Then the suffix comes on after that. Like there's MMO RPG, MMO Arena. You know, like there's MMO something or other. So what was Adventure Quest? Like, what is this game that you've played in your childhood?
Okay.
Like, what did you do?
So,
because all I know is it's like, I think there's fairies in it.
You probably would have loved it, actually. Okay. So, Adventure Quest, there's kind of, honestly, like, the best way that I can explain it, because, again, I have not touched this game in 16 years.
Sure. I mean, yeah, I'm not expecting you to remember, like, the leveling system or whatever.
It's still active to this day. It has not died. I don't remember who I was talking about in one of my stream chats, but, like, yeah, no, it's still going, apparently.
Love to see it.
But, it is, it kind of, like, it gives me vibes of, like, think of, like, Sword Art.
Okay.
Where, like, you get, like, quests, and you go on these quests, and you have, like, experience, and it's all fantasy-based.
Okay.
So, like, you've got different, like...
I'm looking up a visual, because, like, I need a visual.
There's, like, mages and stuff, like, different classes, very, like, D&D meets, like, a video game type thing. And, like, you make your little character, the art style's kind of cute, you, like, fight things, level up, do quests, level up, and then you chat with a bunch of people. Yeah.
Okay, see, that makes more sense, because, like, when I looked it up, I saw, like, you know, like, one of the fights. And when I saw this, I was like, is this, like, a visual novel with fighting in it? Like, I didn't understand. But, so you, like, walk around on a 2D plane like that?
Yeah. I don't remember how exactly the fights work, but you can do fights with people. Like, I remember doing, like, dragon battles, and and it was, like, still in, like, a 2D kind of, or, like, what would you say, that 2.5 angle?
Yeah, so it's a so I guess technically it'd be 2.5D, because it's a 2D plane, but you can walk in depth. So I think that is technically 2.5.
And, like, you would, like, click on whatever you want to attack, and you would pick the attacks, and you would, like, go on, like, quests with, like, people and stuff.
Okay, interesting.
That's where I got the Amy nickname from, because the friends that I made in there was too lazy to type out my real name once we shared real names. Mm-hmm. And they just shortened it to Amy.
Interesting. No, yeah, I just, it's one of those games that, like, you've mentioned it a couple times, I've seen it a couple times, and I just, like, so, like, what about it attracted you to, like, this was the game?
I don't remember.
Fair enough.
I really don't, because, like, this is over 16 years ago, right?
No, that's fair, yeah. It's been a while.
That's probably, I think I probably played up in, maybe I kind of slowly stopped playing by the time I was a freshman in high school. So from, like, 13, 14, 15, I played maybe I don't even think I played 3 whole years. But I didn't have access to the internet until I was 13. I was, at that point, felt too old to do Club Penguin at home, because, like, I had my friends made Club Penguin and, like, webkins and stuff for me when I was in, like, elementary school, early middle school, that I could, like, play at their house, but, like, I'm at their house, they want to play their own thing. They did,
yeah.
But they made me my own stuff, which was nice.
I mean, I definitely was playing Club Penguin well into middle school.
Yeah, because, like, by the time I really had the internet, Club Penguin kind of was, I was 13, I was, like, 7th, 8th grade. Club Penguin kind of wasn't really
fair.
Like, I played it a little bit at home,
you
but,
played
like,
to,
at that
like,
point I was kind of, like, out of
you played to, like, do some mini games and be like, oh, this was fun anyway.
And I was trying to find, like, an online game to play with people, and I just wasn't understanding a lot of online games. Like, I think one of the ones that I was trying to figure out was, like, Gaia Online.
Yeah, that's one of the big ones.
I never understood how to use it.
I
never
don't
understood
understand
how
it
to
either.
play it.
It's, like, weirdly browser-based.
Because, like, it was recommended, like, supposedly it's supposed to be similar-ish. And I didn't know.
You move around in a similar way. That's all I really
couldn't
know
even
about.
figure out how to get to there. I didn't even know. I didn't know how to play it. I didn't know what to do.
My sister was obsessed with Gaia Online. So I tried to learn it because I was like, oh, it's something we could do together. And I just couldn't understand it. Like, I could... Neopets was, in retrospect, incredibly complex to understand. But I at least understood Neopets.
Yeah, I didn't have... I remember seeing, like, an ad for AQ somewhere, probably, like, when I was watching a bunch of Rave Master online. Like, it was, like, one of those, like, pop-up ads, and I just kept getting it, and I was like, okay, this looks like something that is understandable, so then I tried it out, and then I played it, and then I got, like, a couple of my other friends to play it, too. Like,
yeah.
So that's how I ended up playing that for a little while.
All right.
I'm actually still friends with 2 of the people on Facebook. We don't talk anymore, but, like, we support each other. Like, whenever we do, like, posts and stuff, we always have those little supportive, like, reacts and stuff. So it's nice.
It was like me and... I'm not going to say her name, but there's somebody specifically I remember talked to, like, maybe 4 or 5 times, but we had, like, every class together for, like, 3 or 4 years because we were both in AP. We just kept getting scheduled in the same classes. And my last words I ever said to her out loud was... Have a good summer. I know you're going to do great in college. I can't wait to put a thumbs up react on your wedding announcement. and she nodded and went, same to you. And true to form, we've liked each other's like wedding announcement posts and never have talked since.
That's really funny.
Because it's like the perfect acquaintance of like, I know nothing about you. I don't think we'd be good friends, but you're a good person. And I, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The supportive, you were... good.
Yeah.
I want to see you succeed even if we don't ever speak.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about you, but I know you're gonna do good things.
Yeah, because I think one of the other ones that was really popular was like RuneScape, right?
Yes, RuneScape is like...
I could not figure out RuneScape. My cousin was trying to teach me how to do RuneScape. I didn't understand it.
RuneScape was a lot of people's first MMO. It was my first MMO.
Yeah. And he was trying to show me it but
RuneScape is one of those games that it's incredibly vast and at the same time fairly rudimentary in like what you can do. Like there's these massive stories, massive map, all this, but like the actual like action of the game, you know, is like I want to go attack this thing. I'm going to click my attack skill and then my character's going to stand there, do an attack and then get hit. And then I'll do an attack and then get hit, and then one of us will die first. So, like, it's very vast and rudimentary. I have a theory, and maybe this is going to be a hot take, because people still love RuneScape to this day. I think everyone's favorite MMO is the first one they played after RuneScape. Because you go, oh my god, MMOs can be this cool? And wouldn't you know it, I played a hell of a lot of RuneScape, and then I tried out Mabinogi and was like, whoa, what?
That's really funny. Oops, sorry.
No, you're good.
I needed to fix my leggies.
Just going combat alone. I was in RuneScape where it's I hit, they hit me, I hit, they hit me, one of us dies first. And then the next MMO I play is like, oh, here's 7 combat skills. And you can be like, I'm going to load up a defend, they'll attack me, and now I'm going to hit my fast skill while that's going, charge up a second skill. Like, there's like actual gameplay. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. AQ was not that involved. It was, I think, maybe a smidge more than...
Well, it sounds like it was like a turn-based, like, Final Fantasy-esque fighter.
Yeah, I guess closer to that. It wasn't just hit. It was a little... there was, like, some skill to it, but it was like...
And, you know...
Yeah.
Dogging on RuneScape a lot. I'll put it out there. Maybe I was bad at RuneScape. I don't know. I played it for like 3 years. The most I ever remember is that I would hit attack, and then my guy would lock in position and attack, and then get hit, and then attack, and then get hit. I don't remember anything else. Like, I'm sure there was magic somewhere.
Yeah. No, I could not.
I
don't remember.
From how you've described Adventure Quest, I think you would like Mabinogi when I eventually force you to try it out. And I think... the people who tried to teach you RuneScape and failed didn't understand your brain like I understand your brain. I think I know how to teach you a game. So I think I can get you to understand the game. Because I'm gonna be super honest. Watch her pupils, okay? I'm gonna show you the UI of Mabinogi, and you're going to panic.
Okay. Oh boy. Let me get close enough so you can see my pupils.
So this is one of them. It's all in Korean, but like, let me find like a. Here's like a usual like yeah.
That's so many.
But like, first of all, this is the settings window. You know,
Okay.
they just close that. But like, you know, an inventory, a bag in your inventory, your skills, your people in your party, other windows you can open. You know, like
Such an ugly UI.
yeah. Well, there's other colors.
It's not even the oh my god.
So this is someone with like several bags. It's
And
essentially
they're all open?
They're all open at once.
Why would you do that?
To show how cluttered the UI can be. Because like there's 1, 2, 3 pouches. That's probably this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6 other small bags. And hey, wouldn't you notice? Minimized bag, minimized bag, minimized bag, minimized bag, minimized bag, minimized bag.
Stop.
Or here's one with text where your character info, your quest log, so this is, if I threw you into this, you're going to hate it. But I think if I ease you into this, you might understand it. Or like when you walk into Dunbarton, the main city of the main continent,
Bless you.
where people often sell things. The first time you walk there, it's going to look like this. Because that's everybody trying to sell shit at the same time.
That's crazy.
And you walk around the square.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, no, I think the main issue was my cousin was trying to teach me over phone to play, and I need to see how to do.
It's gonna be you at the computer trying to play the game, and I'm gonna be literally here like, all right, you got this. I'm gonna have the sweatband and be like this, and then I'm gonna be coaching you for like the first day. I'm not even gonna play. I'm gonna coach you through the tutorial, and then we'll do a dungeon together.
Okay.
Because here's one of the main reasons I want to play with you. Dungeons are very long in that game. Like a dungeon could be an hour, 2 hours. Because of that, not all of them. Like some of them are 10 minutes, but like the big dungeons you're in. Because of that, a big thing is like camping skills, cooking skills, life skills, and then you can use those to like patch your wounds mid dungeon. And I have this vision in my head of us in an hour-long dungeon, and halfway through, I set the campfire and making food. You're like preparing a healing spell, and we're like tending to each other, and it's really cute.
Okay. We'll do that for you, babe. I
have this vision.
We'll get to do your vision. I promise.
That, and I've never had a dedicated party in the game. I've always been a solo player because like it's a weird fucking game. So like. I've had like I'll have my second class be bard, and I'll be like, all right, I'll play myself a song that boosts my attack, and then I'll switch back to my attacks and go, it'd be nice to just have somebody else fucking attack and I can play their music for them or something. Yeah, I like MMOs. So I like the community of MMOs. But yeah, no, I started with RuneScape, I moved to Mabinogi, and then that's the one I played. I probably put 100 hours in that game if I had to guess. I might be able to check, but I'd have to sign in. I don't have it installed.
Bless you.
I'm dying. But I tried a bunch of MMOs out. I tried Fusion Fall. Do you remember that one? It was the Cartoon Network MMO.
Nope.
This is gonna blow your gourd, dude. This was a real game that Cartoon Network put out, where they basically like semi-aged up all of their characters and put them in like a post-apocalyptic world with weird goo copies of themselves.
That's crazy. How have I not seen or heard of this?
This is like what was that? Blossom is the red one? This is Blossom in the game.
With Samurai Jack.
With Samurai Jack.
Stupid.
Or like
Blue? They
Blue
didn't
was
put
there.
Blue in there
Blue
with
was
Flapjack.
there.
Are you kidding?
Fucking Foster's Home was there, and it was like one of the last bastions of the apocalypse.
Not Eduardo.
Yeah, Eduardo's there.
Him. What is this?
I don't remember it being... So, I didn't get that far into the game because my laptop couldn't handle it.
That's so funny.
I had like a shitty old Dell laptop, and I'd get like
I kind of remember that laptop.
halfway through the first world, and it would just start overheating too much. So I really don't know what the game was super about, because anytime I'd get far enough in it, my laptop would just die.
That's insane that they made that. I don't even remember hearing about this. This is crazy.
No, I was super into the idea, but I was never able to get far into it because I didn't have a powerful enough computer to play it.
Crazy.
So I played Fusion Fall. Obviously, I was a Club Penguin fiend. God, what other? You know what? Funnily enough, so this is gonna blow some sect of people's minds. Mabinogi is a Nexon game. Nexon made MapleStory. I've never fucking touched MapleStory in my life.
What's MapleStory?
Probably by far Nexon's most popular MMO, popular enough that it dwarfs Mabinogi. It's cute. You'd probably like the art style. MapleStory. I have nothing against it. I just didn't really like. I didn't really like 2D kinds of. The 2D-ness of it just made me not want to play it.
Oh, that looks kind of.
It's very like 2D chibi. Well, this is old. It's an old game.
Oh yeah, that's kind of ugly.
But think like Adventure Quest, but on like a Mario level instead of like a plane where you'd have to like go up and down and stuff. And it's not a platform, but like that's just to describe like how you'd move about the world.
That's crazy. I don't like that.
And then eventually there was a MapleStory 2 that's 3D and stuff. But yeah, I never played it. I never got into it, but like it was very popular. What other MMOs did I play?
I didn't like people enough to really play games like that.
I'm trying to think. There's another Nexon one I tried that was really cool and physics based, but similarly I did not have a powerful enough computer to play it at the time. And then like I've been recommended MMOs that just didn't really stick, because like you need a lot of time to play an MMO. A lot of them are very like grindy. So I think somebody was like Guild Wars 2 is really cool, and I tried it out. I was like, yeah, but like, World of Warcraft I never really touched. I think it's because you had to pay for it.
That's one of the ones you had to buy, yeah.
Yeah, a big draw for me for MMOs is that they're free. So like the moment it was like, yeah, it's an MMO, you have to buy a subscription for it. I was like, what? No.
I'm not paying.
There's other games.
No, I'm not paying.
I don't care how cool it is. There's other games, brother. Did you play Neopets at all?
Nope.
This UI is going to look insane. So, there's no way that I'm going to be able to show you accurately what this looked like. But it would be like, this is the hub world, and it's a PNG, and you would click these links. These are links that would take you to other tabs, and the tab would be like, this is the shop.
What?
It's that old. The shop is just, here's a text-based web page with things you can buy with your tracked money. It was kind of like somebody set up essentially a roleplay site. It was just so in-depth, and there was a bunch of art with the pages, but it was like individual website pages. It wasn't like a game. It was a series of like hundreds of web pages.
That's insane. Yeah, no, I never would have understood that.
No, Neopets was crazy work. And like it'd be like, here's the world of Neopia, and you have to click on, and this is a PNG you can click on, and then you would go to an area in that it was insane.
Crazy.
Like at least Webkins was like a functioning. It looks crazy. I'm having a lot of nostalgia looking at the Webkins UI.
Low-key kind of want to try to play a Webkins, but I think you technically also have to pay for it.
Probably. But like I remember like there was a little shop and you'd scroll down. It was like an actual like a thing that functioned correctly. Whereas like Neopets was, you would click on something and it would update your information, but like the site doesn't change. It's like I made a game in PowerPoint.
That's wild.
Yeah, Neopets was crazy.
I liked the gem game in Webkins.
I don't remember any of the games. Looking at the UI, I just got like a like I was like, oh my god, the UI of Webkins. It's coming back to me.
Yeah, because that one wasn't like online like MMO based. You just like
you
would buy your stuffed animal and then you would put your stuffed animal into your account.
Yeah. It wasn't. Yeah, you're right. It was not an MMO. It was just like a similarly like online game of that era. You know.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any MMOs ever, like any other MMOs I've played. I mean, if Destiny counts as an MMO, I played that for a good bit. I had a lot of fun with that.
I won't touch that game.
Same with Warframe. I had a lot of fun with that.
Me at Minecraft.
Yeah. What is
games I refuse to touch?
Popular MMOs, just out of curiosity. Oh, that's not helpful. Turns out popular MMOs is a YouTube username with 18 million subscribers.
That's so fucking funny.
That is, it really tells you that the internet is several ecosystems, because I've never fucking heard of this guy. I just want like a Wikipedia page of like, what are popular MMOs?
There was like a Reddit link.
Well, that's gonna be like a discussion, and I feel like it'll be harder to find. I don't know. I have heard really good things about Final Fantasy 14.
That's an online one?
It's an MMO.
Oh.
Yeah. And I've heard it's like, it launched in 2010, so there's 16 years of content to explore.
I didn't realize it was online.
Mm-hmm. World of Warcraft, yeah, for sure. Never heard of City of Heroes. Guild Wars 2, I've been recommended. Lost Ark, I've heard of. Elder Scrolls Online, I kind of forgot that existed. I don't really have a... I don't know what it is. I love fantasy. I've never really gelled with the Elder Scrolls games.
Is Elder Scrolls like Skyrim?
Yeah, Skyrim's an Elder Scrolls game. Elder Scrolls is the franchise. Skyrim is the entry. So like before it was like Elder Scrolls Morrowind or whatever. Or Oblivion or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I've never played any of them.
I think I just got burned on Skyrim because it's very drab color-wise. It's that simple. It's very like it's a little too color-wise realistic for me. Where like you start and it's a cold forest, and then you 6 hours of gameplay later are still in a cold forest. And then the world is yours and you can explore a colder forest with snow or slightly warmer forest. It's very like samey environment-wise for the first 20 hours, and I can't get through the first 20 hours to see what else is there. Maybe there's some cool swamps, maybe there's some cool beaches. I don't know. I just don't have the attention span for it, I think.
You just need meds.
That too. There's a Star Trek Online. I go play that.
Oh, that sounds cute. I'm really out of touch with my Star Trek lore.
Yeah, RuneScape, the classic.
I really don't know Star Trek lore outside of the original series.
Yeah, maybe I just don't know MMOs and stuff. I'll check. Hey, I'll check the Reddit post. It's from 6 months ago. It'll be new stuff. Where winds meet. No idea what that is.
There are so many.
Yeah, no, I think I'm trying to. I swear there's like another one that I played a lot and I can't remember.
It'll come to you in your sleep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to find it. So, yeah, I think the MMOs are really interesting, and I feel like they're kind of dying. There's not a lot of like new, as far as I'm aware of. There's not a lot of like new popular MMOs, unless things like Warframe and Destiny count. Then I guess not. But like when I think of like an MMO, I haven't heard of a new one in a long time. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm not in the hopefully the genre's still going strong. Well, honestly, hey, we're at an hour long. Do you want to do your topic?
Yeah, let's do my topic. My topic's fun.
Because we're already at an hour.
It was fun when we had it like 3 months ago. So chat. I guess comments. Viewers.
Folks.
Peeps.
I'm sorry I keep rubbing. My nose is so goddamn itchy. I think it's because I took an allergy medicine like 6 p.m. yesterday. And we're at midnight, so I'm now past the 24-hour mark.
Oopsie.
So sorry that my nose is going to be red. I'm going to be constantly doing this. It's so itchy.
We've discussed this a couple times in stream chats, but we kind of kept it simple. Because it's just a lot to discuss. So it's the broad topic is just how our brains process things and how it works. The first topic I wanted to talk about in that category of my topic, the first topic of the topic, is visualization. And
because this is crazy.
How drastically different our brains work that way. Because I don't remember how we got onto this conversation when we were driving like 45 minutes to get to IKEA a couple months ago. But the conversation was hilarious, and I knew you'd forget it, and I knew it'd be a good topic for this podcast.
I do forget a lot of it.
So I've got the thing where I can't visualize anything at all, period. I can't see shit in my mind's eye. I can't remember how to pronounce what's called, like Aphantasia. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. I thought everybody was like that. I used to always, like, I never understood teachers where, like, in elementary school when they're doing, like, the little, oh, it's 15 minutes of quiet time. I'm going to read this book, eat a little snack. We're just going to sit and relax while I read this book. And the teacher would be like, okay, I want you guys to close your eyes and picture what I'm about to read out loud of this imagery. And I'd be like, and little, 7-year-old me is going, bitch, what do you mean? I can't picture shit. What are you talking about?
7-year-old you is vulgar. Bitch, what do you mean? What the fuck are you talking about, bitch? Fuck you. It's like, girl, she just said to picture something. Shit.
Well,
I'd hate to be mean to you.
in a 7-year-old way language, I can't even. She doesn't go by this name anymore, so I guess it works still because she was divorced.
Yeah, 7-year-old lady. What the heck are you talking about?
Excuse me, Mrs. Teacher. That's not how that works. Until a couple years ago when our one friend was going, oh yeah, no, it's this thing. I have it too. And I went, wait, we're not. This isn't normal.
Yeah, no, because I am the opposite of the spectrum. I now know, the example is always visualize an apple, and if I close my eyes, I see it super clearly. It's a little dark. I have noticed that the image itself is super clear, and it's super I can rotate it. I can see the water dripping off of it. I can take a bite out of it, but it's there is a bit of a darkness, as if I'm wearing sunglasses. I don't know what that's about. But to the point where with my eyes open, I can see it right there and I can turn it around. It's not to be clear, it's not it's real. Because it's not a solid, that image is there with my eyes open. But it's I'm remembering what it looks like visually in front of me without actually actually seeing it. If that makes any sense.
Not to me.
It's hard to describe because it's I'm getting the memory of what it's supposed to look like, and I can know what it does look like without visually seeing it in front of me. But if I close my eyes, then I can actually visually hold that memory and move it around and pull at it and push it. I mean, literally doing this, I can pretend the apple is putty and I'm stretching it this way or ripping it in half and now it's green inside with worms or something. You can play. I can play in that space and have any sort of visual I want there.
Man, my brain fucking sucks.
I don't know.
So cool. I can't see shit, man.
When you so this is where I get hung up on. That's what visualization and imagination looks like to me. Do you daydream?
I do daydream.
What does that mean to you? Because to me, I have a dream that is visual during the day.
This is where part 2 starts to come into play.
Well then I won't go that far then.
Well, no, because it links together. This is where we're going because I can't visualize anything. My daydreams are specifically I'm reading a book in my head.
So, do you see the words?
No. I don't see the words.
So, I mean, do you have an inner voice?
I would assume it would be an inner voice, but it doesn't have a sound or a pitch or anything.
So it's not an inner voice. Because, hey, voices typically have those. So.
I'm reading it in my head, but I don't hear my voice. I don't hear a voice, but I'm getting the words in my head.
I think I'm
telling the story.
I kind of see what you kind of my visualization thing, where it's I'm not seeing an apple, but I'm getting the information I would have as if I looked at an apple. You're not seeing words. You're just information is being created as if you were reading words.
Yes.
That's depressing. That's really sad.
So I would literally my daydreams are me basically reading novels in my head. Or what my daydreams are.
How do you have a memory of that though? Because I just don't understand how your brain works. Because my memories always have something linked to them. If I'm remembering a book, I'm either gonna remember what I was picturing from that book or the page itself. If
Interesting.
And it's not gonna be fucking photocopy of it. It's going to be probably something wildly inaccurate to what the book looked like. But at least if I can't even remember the visual, usually it's visual first. But if I can't remember what a visual was for it, then there'd be like a generic book as I'm remembering the information.
Yeah. This is where it also gets a little wonky for my brain because, like, again, I can't visualize, but I can remember what something looks like visually. So if you show it to me, I can do that. Or, like, sometimes if I'm trying...
Or, like, if I give you pen and paper, you could draw what something would be visually.
Like, I could remember where the things go. I just don't see it in my head. At all.
So, like... That's just so strange to me. That, like, you have no visual memory. That's the thing that is, like... Because, like, imagination, sure. But, like, no visual memory to me is just a foreign concept.
Yeah, I don't
that
have
doesn't
a visual
make sense
memory
to me
at all. Well, that's why everything is detailed and specific.
I get that, like, if I hand you pen and paper, you could recreate, you could draw out the memory, and in that way it's visual. But, like, if I close my eyes, I can see your face in front of me, right as rain.
I'm gonna close my eyes.
Mm-hmm. And you see dark.
I can see that my eyelids are slightly, I can see red because of the light on my eyelids, but it's dark. There's nothing.
That's so strange to me. Because
And if I squint really hard, I can make my vision in my head twitch a little bit. I see nothing.
To me, it's very existentially sad, and I don't mean to freak you out about it. But, like, if we both got blind tonight, I'd have a much better life than you.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because I can at least... But you still have the knowledge of what it looked like. But I just don't know what that... Because I can see what it looked like. Like, if I can never see again, I can at least still see, like, our child's faces in my memory.
Oh, yeah, I can't do that.
But you have the knowledge of it, so it's kind of the same. But is it the same?
I can't see anything. Nope. It's just gone. And then, like... And then I have, like... an internal monologue constantly, if that makes sense.
That's one of the things going for me. My love, I have horrid ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
I usually have a internal monologue of my current actions, an internal monologue that's sporadic of things coming up that are due, a song probably somewhere, and then something else yapping. I usually have 3 or 4 things going on.
No, I also like internally monologue. I don't know how else.
So is it like your actions or just like your thought process is an internal monologue?
My thought process is an internal
it's not
monologue.
Like water, drink water. Delicious. Like that's not your thought, right? Like
No. It's like a whole okay. It's almost do you remember reading Catcher in the Rye? Where it was like that stream of
dog, I married Holden Caulfield, dude. This shit sucks. That dude sucks. Don't put your fucking ring right. Whatever.
My internal monologue is kind of a lot.
Go
like
find
this.
the ducks or whatever, dude. Fuck. Dude sucks.
He's just a dumb 15-year-old boy.
He is. But like, he is, and I had to read his thoughts for a book. That sucked.
While also being a dumb 15-year-old boy.
Well, it's like the one tweet where it's like the fact that I can be on the internet and be subjected to the opinion of a 12-year-old should be a war crime. Like, I read a book of a 15-year-old's opinions. It sucks. That one thing I'll give the author. It's very impressive how much they made that suck. Because it was very true to life.
Yeah, my internal monologue is a lot like the stream of consciousness type.
No, that makes sense.
Like, the only, like, example I could think of was, of course, like, the worst example ever, but, like...
Well, no, I know what you mean. I mean, because frankly, many stream of consciousness books make me hate the main character. Because I don't need to know all that.
Yes, you do.
No, that makes sense. It's just like, it's just so it's one of those things that's so foreign to me. Because like is my thought process foreign to you in that way?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, I can't understand what it's like to be in your brain. And I don't think it goes the other way around because I feel like you can kind of get what I'm describing. Because it's fairly straightforward of like, I think of something and I can see the thing.
Yes.
Like, fairly straightforward. I can't understand, and it's just because I've never had to, I guess, what it is like to think of something without seeing it, without experiencing it in any... Like, can you remember sounds?
So, I don't hear the sound.
What does that mean? But you have an internal monologue.
And again,
but it's not audible. It's
not audible. I don't know how to explain it. There's no voice or anything, but like I can remember hearing things, and then I have to try to recreate. Like if I'm trying to like think of the sound, I can't just play it. I have to attempt to recreate the sound in order to like...
God, your brain is so much quieter than mine. I've got a song in my head right now.
Cause yeah,
and I can hear I can hear all the instruments to it.
So if I want to listen to a song in my head, I can't hear it, but I can make myself make the music with my mouth. But that's how I can hear it.
I get what you're saying. It's foreign to me because like
it almost in my head sounds like... Do you know that that video that me drunk playing Crash at 3 a.m. with no sound?
Yeah.
That's almost what my brain tries to do to recall things.
So it's not that you have to verbalize it in that moment, but in trying to think of a song, the closest thing your brain can approximate is if you can kind of hear yourself doing it in your head.
Yes.
Okay, there's something there at least. Okay, the olfactory is the most powerful memory. Can you remember smells?
Like, make myself...
Like, do you remember right now, like... Or like... Okay. Can you taste a green apple right now?
No.
I don't... It's so weird! It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Like it's not strong. I'm not saying like I can sit here and be like, delicious. But like I can feel the sharpness, the sourness that would be on my tongue.
No.
I'm salivating right now.
That is like I can recall flavors that I really like, but I think this is why I like my flavors really strong.
Fair.
Like, I like really strong flavors. I like sour. I like spicy. I don't like sweet.
Can you smell cinnamon right now?
No. You can make yourself recall smells.
It's light. It's not like I couldn't overwhelm it in actual scent. But if I, like, really think hard about it, really focus in it, and just, like, breathe in lightly through the nose, I get the sensation as if I were smelling cinnamon.
You can do that?
It's not like a cinnamon, but like kind of like you're saying, where like you get the information in the very back of my nose. It's almost like there's how I feel when I smell cinnamon. I'm recreating that feeling.
I can't do that. I can't recreate that stuff. That's kind of cool.
But that's what I mean. Like that's to me, that's what memory is. And I think I do have a very hyperactive memory. I think it's part of the hyperactive disorder I have. But to me, it's like I that's why my daydreams. I was never a maladaptive daydreamer because I think you can't control those daydreams. But when I get into a daydream, I'm basically asleep. Like if I really am in a daydream, I'm gone. And I think part of that was because of how sensory full my memories and thinking brain of that is. Where like I got in trouble a couple of times in middle school because if I'm in a daydream, I don't know what's going on. There have been times where like I'll like come to because somebody's doing this in my vision, and turns out in the past 5 minutes of me daydreaming, I was doing this to them in class. Like, but usually like by the end of it, they understand what happened because when they do get my attention, I go. So they go, oh yeah, he wasn't here right now.
Yeah, no, I dissociate a lot like that, like a daydream would.
Yeah.
But there's no...
But it's the void for you.
It really is kind of like a void. It's just dark. It's like...
Not to get super real, I wonder if that's why I'm so terrified of death and you're more neutral to it.
Maybe.
Because to me, even when I'm asleep, there's something. And it's the lack of something that terrifies me beyond belief.
Interesting.
Because my thoughts have always been like, even if I'm in a coma, I have my memories.
Interesting.
It's one of those things that if I think about death for more than like 3 minutes, I will have a panic attack. Guaranteed. I just cannot grapple with the concept of that. It's like I desperately hold on to reincarnation and cross my fingers it's real. Because I can't handle everything being over and I can't remember it.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's also where we're on two different ends of the spectrum, because you never had depression and wanted to not be.
Mm-hmm. That too, yeah. I've never had depression, so.
Yeah. You never dreaded waking up every morning, so...
No, to me, the worst thing that could happen to me is still a sensation.
The sweet, sweet embrace of death.
No, it's just it's one of those things that like I'm not ready to give this up no matter what. There's a to quote Watsky, you will have to drag me by the neck to get me to die. I will do nearly anything to stay alive. I had to caveat that because I do have children and a wife, but like outside of y'all's well-being, there's nothing I wouldn't do.
Meanwhile, I have a bucket list of deadly things I want to do and survive. The goal is to survive these things on my bucket list, but the bucket list itself is deadly things.
To be fair, hey, very healthy fear of mine. I think it's to an unhealthy amount, but it's at least a healthy fear to have. Death.
Okay, yeah.
I do think it's probably something I need to unpack in therapy. I just don't know how to fix that. In my brain, there's no way to fix the fear of death that I have. Because, like, nothing can console me of the fact that it could be over.
Yeah. You just have to work on just accepting that.
I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna be 95 in my deathbed going like, come on, please. Like, another year, dude. Just another year. I like, people are so graceful in death when they're, like, oh, it's like, I've lived a full life. Yeah, but there's tomorrow, dude. I want tomorrow. I can't do it. I'm going to be having a panic attack the moment I'm dead. Like...
Yes. I like the idea that the moment that I die, I'm just going to be a ghost haunting your ass, because, of course...
I'll take that. I'll take that. A ghost, heaven, any afterlife, reincarnation, anything but void. Void with no memory is my number one fear.
Well, then pick one of those.
I'm praying reincarnation's real.
Pick one of those.
I just want to do it again. If I had one thing that I could do after death, it's that I could live again. It doesn't have to be this. It could be anything. I'll take being a bug. At least it's something. And a bug's lifetime for us is a couple minutes. For the bug, that's a lifetime. I mean, that's a samsara. I like that concept a lot. I don't like the bad parts of it, but, I hopefully won't get there.
Yeah.
No, I just can't do it. But I think, I wonder if my intense fear of death and your, depression has a saying this too, but your semi-acceptance of it is in part due to our mental experiences.
But probably.
Of like, I'm so used to having such a vivid memory and everything I've experienced at some point. Now, granted, I have a bad memory. Like, the things I do remember, I remember vividly. I don't remember a lot of things, though. And I wonder if maybe that's part of it is I'm taking up too much bandwidth on the individual memories. But because my memories are so vivid, even when I'm asleep, I at least had some sort of sensation of something happening.
Yeah.
At the least, I'll wake up quickly.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm so detail-oriented. Because the details, I need them to, quote-unquote, visualize.
I can visually remember the dream I had last night, actually. It was very vivid. It was a dream. It's not a dream I've had before, but it's a locale I've had dreams in before.
Interesting.
I have recurring locations.
Interesting.
Including this really nice bathroom.
Interesting.
It's a public bathroom, too.
Weird.
So it's weird. I don't know how to describe it. So imagine like you walk in, and it's not the bathroom itself is the dream. It's just the bathroom is located somewhere in the dream.
Uh-huh.
This one was, we were going on a road trip, and we were thankful that we didn't have to drive this time. Because every time we go on a driving road trip in my dreams, there's a couple roads that I'm really afraid of, and we didn't have to do it this time. We got to fly, which is nice. But we still had to go to this public bathroom. The bathroom is... The first room is like, imagine just nothing but vanity tables facing the wall that you can walk in between. So it's kind of like a communal space where everyone's like getting ready, getting their bags packed, just chilling, just vibing. Not appropriate for a public bathroom. You walk through that, and then like the public bathroom is there, and it's kind of like an open design, but it's to the side. So if you're in the communal space, you don't really see that. And then on the left side, there's like hot tubs. It's a really nice bathroom.
It's not a bathroom.
Oh.
Like
There's potties. There's potties.
It's like a sauna and a locker room.
But yeah, no, for whatever reason, there's like it's if I think about it, I'll remember more of it. But I've had several dreams at this location of that bathroom's usually there somewhere, and then it's a matter of like we need to drive somewhere, and it's like we'll take a train or a plane or something, get somewhere, and then we have to drive up like one of those, almost like a parking garage lift of like just a spiral that takes us to the roads. And then it's not like I'm there for the whole road trip. It's like locale to locale to locale. So then like the next locale will be, there's this fuck ass road that's just like uphill, the width of our car, no railings, a mile up. And then I'm just like fucking terrified driving up that hill. And then, like, it's just, like, that road trip has happened plenty of times. And it's never the same road trip. It's never the same people. It's never the same goal. But the locations of the road trip always appear, like, once a year at least.
Interesting.
I don't know
That's
what's about.
weird. Yeah, my dreams aren't visual either. I can recall 2 that I could actually see in, and I think it's because they were lives I lived in the past.
I hope you're right.
No, you don't, because the deaths were very traumatic. They were me dying.
That means that you've lived previous lives, which implies you'll live future lives, which means reincarnation is real. So I hope you're right.
Yeah, the deaths were very.
Sorry about the traumatic deaths and all, but I hope you're right. Hey, it's, in the nicest way possible, I really hope you died twice. At least.
They were both very morbid.
Many deaths are. There's like maybe 3 kinds of deaths that aren't. No, it's crazy because yeah, like I said, if I close my eyes, like this hand sanitizer. Okay, in my head, rotating it, I can split it apart into slices like Buggy, clap it back together. I can make it blue, make it super tall, make it this size, the fucking width here goes up 10 feet tall, falls that way. I'm seeing the dust, smoke. Like, you can do whatever in there. That's so weird to me.
Nope.
It's just something that doesn't clock to me.
It's just black, and I can only see, like, I can see when my hands get close to my face because of the lighting that's right in front of the thing. Hold on. Take. When I make it fully black, like no lighting at all, sometimes I can convince the blackness to have a hint of color to it.
I wonder if we put you in a sensory deprivation chamber for like 2 hours, you'll come out with an imagination.
I have an imagination.
But like a visual one. I don't know. I feel like if you put me in sensory deprivation chamber for an hour, I'm going to hallucinate like fucking crazy.
Yeah, no. It's nothing. Just blackness. I can't even, like...
I wonder if that's something you can train, or if it's just something that, like, chemically you can't do.
I don't know.
Because I have always been, like, I had an imagination, and I've always loved it, so I've always, like, accidentally trained it in that way.
I think that's why I like to write so much, because I would just write stories in my head.
Fair.
Constantly. All the time. But, like, I would never see it. Or, like, you know, like, how every child has the thing where, like, they're picturing a person, like, running along your car? I would do that, but I couldn't see the person. I would just, I'd be like, oh, well, here's my finger would just be the person, and I would visually make myself like.
I know what you mean. Like I can without visualizing, I can like track the line of that, and then track the center of my vision to there, and the center of my vision to there. So, like I see what you that makes sense to me because I can be like, oh yeah, the center point of my vision is where is going to bounce on here, and then bounce.
Yeah, like I would just track it without actually seeing something, or sometimes I would, if I was really bored, I would use like my hand to like.
Meanwhile, like I can do that, and I can go, oh hey, Sonic's on top of my whiteboard, and then he just did the like foot tap, you're too slow, looked at his watch, and he did a spin dash, jumped up there, bounce.
Nope.
Jumped up there, did a fucking attack.
Yeah, no, that completely blows my mind that you can just like visualize Sonic.
And to me, it's like it's second to breathing. It just makes like that's just what imagination is to me. No. So that's why I can't.
Why was my life so boring?
Well, that's why I can't. That's why I can't understand how your brain works. Because like, what do you mean it can't do that? If it can't do that, what does it do?
Monologuing.
Yeah, I guess, and I get like, I'm gonna if I try. I've tried to like, do the picture an apple and not visualize the apple. Just like think of the idea of an apple, and I like kind of can, but it's so second nature to be like, okay, here's an apple, that it's hard to like not do that.
Yeah, I like if you tell me to picture something, I recall details of the thing. So, Granny Smith apple, green, round, there's little stem.
See, that's why I love D&D so much. Because I'm like, when we play D&D, even with my eyes open, I'm in it. I'm there. That's why I love D&D.
That's why I zone out a lot, because I can't picture it. And when things get too talky and there's nothing for me to look at while things are being explained to me, I get lost.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm actually really liking when we're doing
That's why I try to make maps of non-combat areas for you.
Yeah, with what do we call it? Ham, yeah. Ham is cuz like with the maps and everything, I'm not zoning out as much because now I have something I can look at and understand.
Yeah, there's at least like obviously I'll make combat maps for combat, but like I specifically tried to make as many maps for any area as possible, just so you have something to latch onto.
Yeah, that's why I would zone out a lot. Or like when we were doing our big in-person D&Ds where like there was like 10 of us, I would just end up playing on The Sims till it was my turn because there was nothing for me to look like. I can't like picture myself in it, and then I can't latch on to all of the details because of the auditory processing problems that I have. Mm-hmm. So, which sucks because I can't visualize, and I need to visualize to process any information, so I have to physically actually see everything written down in front of me, which makes me think, which is why I really struggle with, I can't do mental math, and I could never do spelling, because, like, I can't see the shit in my brain. Like, I assume when you spell a word, you can see the letters of the word.
Yeah.
And when you do mental math,
I don't have to visualize the word to spell the word, but, like, if I wanted to, I can spell the word just in front of me.
Yeah, I can't do that. I need to physically see it so I don't get lost in the word, unless the word is really simple, like cat, C-A-T, I can spell that. But like anything more than like 4 or 5 letters, then I'm like, And like this is my problem when I was learning sign language, is when you don't know signs, you finger spell. And there's a decent amount of signs that you just finger spell. But the problem is I can see all of the letters as it's spelled out, but I don't know the word that it is without writing down the letters to see the word.
Yeah.
So like if you were to spell something at me, I'd have to literally write it down to know what you just spelled at me.
No, for me, I just see the word.
Nope.
I that's like D&D combat for me, even when I'm not in my turn. For me, when we're in combat in D&D, imagine like a Baldur's Gate fight, but I have a camera that I can just put like here on whoever's active.
What?
So then, like when you're doing your turn, I see your character like fumbling in your bag to get out your like. That's why as a wizard, I love doing a component pouch. Because like yes, it's cool to have my wand and do this, but I like seeing the wizard go in the pouch and getting like the ash of the tree along the wrist and then fucking spell or whatever. I like the tactile nature of a component pouch.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that's part of the reason why I love D&D so much.
Damn. Why is my life so shitty?
But no, it's not, I'm not trying to bum you out. That's so like, that's what thinking is for me. So
man, my brain sucks.
No, it's a lovely brain. I love your brain.
It functions, apparently
it functions
not
so good
correctly.
though. No, but it functions so good though. Look, I'm gonna look up if there's any way we can train you to have a better imagination.
My imagination is good.
No, a visually better imagination.
Okay.
I'm gonna look up if there's anything we can do, because the fact that you said when you really focus, you can kind of hallucinate colors.
Yeah.
There's something in there.
I can make the black have a hint of a color, like an undertone.
Fuck Mabinogi training. I'm gonna be in coach outfit. I'm gonna have the little pads, but it's just gonna have pictures of apples, and I'm gonna be like, think about it. I genuinely, if it's like you have to go to a sensory deprivation tank for an hour and you'll hallucinate and then you can imagine. I'm booking you tomorrow. Like, if there's any way I can make it more visual for you, I'll look up how to do it. This will be the new Etc. journey. Is Amanda's imagination gets more visual over the next 5 years. Because hey, we're in our 20s. We got plenty of time to imagine. Got like 5 more of what we just. Well, we're about to be 30. We got like 2 more of what we just did.
I would say you do. I'm 30 this year.
You had 2 more of what you just did. On average. Medicine's only gonna get better. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll have 3 more of what we just did. Dog, if I could live forever, I would.
Okay, honey.
I understand the whole, like, you don't want to live forever because eventually you'll just float in space by yourself. At least I'll have 1,000 years of memories. Like, I would literally take an eternity of floating in space over death.
No, give me the sweet, sweet embrace of death.
Nope. Hey, maybe in 10,000 years I'll change my mind, but not for 10,000 years.
No, I think that's why I'm also so super detail specific when I tell stories, because like you're very like descriptive and I'm very like detailed. So like your memories are vivid, but they're inaccurate. They're factually wrong.
Yeah, I can see them whether or not they're true.
So like you do all the visualizing, I have to do all the factual corrections.
I feel like also when I tell a story, I'm focused on the emotional narrative of the story, and you're focused on correctly recounting what happened.
Yes.
Because, like, I think by the end of it, we've told the same story. But we've emotionally told the same story. Whether or not mine was fully accurate, I think, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, no, I need factual, accurate details.
I mean, perfect example. I was wrong earlier when I said that we found out you were pregnant. I was like, I think October, but it was actually, like, sometime early mid-August. But the emotional through line of we didn't have enough time to prepare for a baby is still true.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what I mean. Like, I think my brain focuses on the emotional narrative of a story rather than accuracy.
Yeah, no, I need the accuracy.
That's fair. Well, you need the accuracy because fuck else do you have? So, and that's the Etc. podcast.
Nothing. I have nothing.
I mean, we're recording for 1:40. Anything else you want to say on the topic?
That flew. That was fun.
It's been a while.
I know.
It's been a while since I... Oh my...
No, I guess that's just kind of... I like to hear other people's, like...
Yeah, what memory do you have? If I sit here, what's a movie that our kids watch nonstop? Movies not as much anymore.
Not anymore. It used to be
but I feel
Monsters, Inc.
Monsters, Inc. I think I could probably remember most of it and just watch it in my head right now.
I'm going to blow your mind. I can't see any of it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Me Too. I was like, what? That would have blown my mind.
No, I can recall all of the lines and, like, basically, like, the script of the movie.
Yeah, like, we could put it on together.
Yeah. Well, this is I don't know if my sister has the same type, but what my sister and I, 7 years apart, she's younger, we used to recite line for line and act out Finding Nemo and The Incredibles. So, like, when we didn't have power for, like, 3 years, like, or 3 days 14 years ago because of the Hurricane Sandy or whatever, all we did was reenact those 2 movies, like literally like movement for movement, line for line, because I can remember like all of the details, but it's like my memory would be like the script and not like actually watching it.
I'm listening.
So yeah, I could recall the entirety of the movie word for word and like what like the movements or whatever. Like I could probably get the movements mostly accurate, but like I can't see it.
No, I literally like. I mean, Trolls another example. If I just leaned back and thought about Trolls, I think I could probably get through that whole movie and remember it.
Nope. Man, I wish I could do that.
I haven't done it because my ADHD brain is not gonna let me sit down and focus for that long. But,
no, I would be that meme kid that was on the internet where he would just watch Shrek in his brain constantly.
Yeah, no, that's what made me think of it. Like that kid is something I could do. Maybe not Shrek. It's been a long time, but.
Or well, the example was he was
he watched Shrek enough that he could.
Yeah. That would be like me with like other specific things, and I could just watch it in my head all the time. But no, if I'm like recalling things like that, it's like I'm recalling it via like I would be, instead of it watching it, it would be like I'd be reading it in a book. Like I'd be writing a book, like it'd be a book format.
Well, I'll watch the movie of Trolls. So you could read the book of Trolls. Yeah, and that's what we do on a flight when we're bored.
No, you're gonna read my book for book club.
No, what we're gonna do on a flight when we're bored is we're not gonna be bored. We have 3 kids. We're going to be desperately trying to keep them contained.
Well, that's what car seats are for. We just have to pay for seats.
Well, I meant like audibly.
Oh, yeah, true. That as well. I was like, they're contained because we're buckling them up in their car seats in the airplane. When are we're not flying anywhere.
No.
Okay.
Not until our kids are grown.
I was like, are we flying somewhere and you just didn't tell me yet?
Nope. Not until our kids are grown. I was thinking of like a reason you would have to think of a movie for an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And like a plane is what comes to mind. Although, to be honest, nowadays, I'm just going to pack like a Steam Deck and be fine.
Yeah.
Like, planes used to be like man, you better have a good book or a great imagination for it. It's like, I can spend 2 hours on an electronic device and be okay.
Oh, yeah.
We've got to switch to a Steam Deck, I'll be okay.
I can just read off my Kindle.
That's hey, you want the difference between me and my wife? When I was thinking of like, what do you do on a plane? My only thoughts were video games. My wife's first thought was, I can read a book on my Kindle. Oh, man.
Yeah, no, I can read some books on my Kindle. I read like 4 books at a time. I'm sure I could sit and read one of them. Or I would flip through all of them throughout the entire time.
I've played very dialogue-heavy games. They're kind of like books.
No, I'm making you read. You're reading book club with me.
Okay.
You're doing book club with me. Join my Discord and do my book club.
True. No, I'm not. It's no secret that video games are very important to me. But man, there is a part of me, and it's a therapy thing, but there is a part of me that like, shame isn't the right word, but there is a weird feeling about being like, oh, well, yes, one of my biggest interests is video games. Because it's just another art form, but there's like a small part of me that's probably baked into from society about like, lead with like video essays. Get to the video games later.
It's because everybody still uses video games as childish.
True. Well, we had a hard cutoff, and then I deleted some footage that I didn't need anymore, and now we don't have a hard cutoff.
Oh, nice.
But it is still an hour 45 into the recording.
Yeah, I guess
we should. And also 12:48 at night.
Yeah, I guess we should wrap this up.
You, in the comments, after you've joined her book club, tell us what your imagination style is like. What's that about?
Yeah, your visual memory. Do you have internal monologues? Do you just visualize everything in your brain and not hear anything? Like, what's that about? Also, we have an email.
We do have an email for AMAs. We didn't put AMA on the wheel because it's been basically a year since we've done an episode of this. But in the description, there's, I believe it's ETC AMA. It might be etc. AMA. It's in the description. Copy and paste it. It'll also be on screen. Here. And that way, it'll be one of the things on the wheels. You can ask a question, and we'll talk about it too.
Yeah, you can ask us any question, and we will more often than not answer them.
What the fuck was our outro? It's been a year.
I don't really think we had one.
I think we kind of settled on, thank you again for joining us for the Etc. podcast, where we've talked about something, etc. I don't think it was where we've talked about, but it was something that ended with something, etc.
Yeah, no, I don't know what our outro. I think we picked one, used it once, and then never again because, you know what happened? Life.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Outro.
Fuck yeah.
It's just gonna slide down there.
I love it.